Eureka! What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This is still your boy, the Surreal One. I am still at it, and I'm I'm here to apologize. First and foremost, to all the people that I was talking smack to last year regarding this very same subject on why the Titans will win the AFC South for the 2012 season, I was humbled. I was wrong. I had hope. My stats were strong. Now they just happened to rhyme. That was kind of cool to me. But this is this year's edition as to why the Titans will win the AFC South for the 2013 season. Now, how was I to know that Andrew Luck was going to come fresh out of the box and be that crazy phenom just like RG3 and throw for almost, 4,500 yards in the rookie campaign, 20-something touchdowns, couple running? He did his thing like a present-day Aaron Rodgers. I can't take an account for that. But now that that's no longer an unknown, it's a known. It's now a known. You know what I'm saying? Rather than an unknown. I don't know if you get that joke when the senator said that we have known unknowns and we have unknown unknowns. That was just kind of funny. If you're laughing, you get it. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is Andrew Luck is now something that we can deal with. We know he's capable of, and we know what his weapons are. So therefore, you got T.Y. Hilton, you have DHB, the Darius Hayward-Bay, and A.G. Reggie Wayne. And who's on the defense besides Pat Angerer? I know. Crickets. So if there's nobody really on the defense, who is that guy? Bullet? Does the safety Bullet still play? Does Mathis still play off the DN? I don't know. I have no idea. They're on my division. I know football like the back of my hand, and I have no idea who's playing the D in Indianapolis, Coltsville. What I do know is that they have a very gifted offensive coordinator that now went to the Cardinals, so those plays might not be so innovative as they were. And then you have a great QB in Andrew Luck with a great couple of receivers, so that's basically carrying your team. Just like Peyton Manning, only Andrew Luck is not Peyton Manning, so he may take a downfall. He may hit that sophomore rookie wall, if you want to call it. Everybody's familiar with what I'm talking about because you love the game like I love the game. So that's Indy right now. So Jacksonville Jags. Should I even mention them, guys? Now, you have Cecil Shorts and you have Justin Blackman. Justin Blackman ain't going to be on the field for a little while. Matter of fact, he has a tendency not to be on the field because he loves the weed like I love the weed. He loves it dearly. So much so that he be taking some real Ricky Williams shit. And then he has some, when I say Ricky Williams shit, he's chewing the blunt over the game, and he has some other things that's going on. He likes to drive drunk, too. So he's going to be suspended as well. Cecil Shorts is a great receiver. He's a slot receiver in the physique. So I wouldn't really put all your hopes in Cecil Shorts being that number one for you, getting thrown the rock by who? Chuck and Duck? Blaine Gabbert? Really? Chuck and Duck is your hope? He's going to be the starter? What has he shown you for the last 2 seasons? That he flinches in the pocket and he's not very good when he throws it. Chad Henne, I like him. He's got an alright arm, but I mean, if you think about it, if it was a Madden rating, we all know that Chad Henne is going to be, 79 in Madden rating? Come on, man. Because Chad Henne is good, but he ain't that good. And when you're dealing with like a sorry team like the Jacksonville Jaguars, with basically no offense, you got MJD, but, hey, last year he was there, but, he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? I know you know what I'm saying. So basically, you got those 3 guys. You got Cecil Shorts, you got Justin Blackman, then you got the MJD. And Chad Henne, you know what I mean? That's not so good. Who is on their defense? I ask this again because it's a pertinent question. Half of the wheel. Offensive defense. Who's on their defense? Crickets, crickets, and crickets. Bunch of no-name new draftees that you hope going to pan out. I mean, really. And experience in that backfield? Who's their corners? Who's their linebackers? Who's their D-line? Really? Really? I know. So that's why I'm going to stop on talking. That's why I want to stop talking about the Jacksonville Jags. Now we're going to take it to the Texans. Now they were the division winners last year, and we all know why. They had motherfucking animal J.J. Watt and a stupendous backfield with a great linebacker core. They didn't have D'Amico Ryans. They had some other dude, but it was J.J. Watt. Brian Cushing wasn't there. You know what? It doesn't even matter. The record and the defense speaks volumes for them. And then they have Aaron Foster and Andre Johnson. Andre Johnson caught for like 1,700 yards, and that man is fantastic. He refused to age. He's found the fountain of youth, and he ain't telling anybody where to get it. Him and Tony Gonzalez is sipping that shit on the weekend in a hyperbaric chamber, just hanging on to all of their youthful vitality and charisma. I don't know what he's doing, but that man is preserved in a time capsule that just we can't see. It surrounds him like a bad odor, the time freeze, so to speak. But then Arian Foster, he ran for what, 1,600 yards as well. So that's a very, very potent offense. Matt Schaub was slinging that rock for 4,000 yards, and then you have Pro Bowler Owen Daniels going crazy out of his mind again for 800 of them things and a couple of touchdowns. Now that's just the offense, and I don't have to talk about their defense. It was ranked in the top 10 again. So how are they going to fall? You know what? With God and luck. Because I can't really poke too much holes in that. Because they now have Ed Reed, but I'm not too scared of Ed Reed. Because when we talk about the Titans, because that's the home team. That's why I saved my boys for last. We have some of the best wideouts in the freaking league. Let's talk about good old Nate Washington. Nate Washington is not anybody's A receiver. Let's just not get that twisted. I'm not going to overhype the guy, but that guy does come in for the average of 700 yards and like 7 TDs. That's just a stable number 2. Now, who's number 1? It could be Kenny Britt, who is a mini-type Larry Fitzgerald when he was healthy on the field, and he's been hurt for the last 2 years. But hey, when you hurt your ACL and your knee twice, you know, you might have a gimpy walk on the field, and you might not be catching for what you're supposed to be catching for. But the young man is 25 years old. He has time to recover. So my guess is them ACLs and the MCLs are working like some freshly oiled hinges on the door, and he's rearing and ready to go. As you seen through the preseason, if you've been watching like I've been watching. Then we got young Justin Hunter, who has flashes of stardom. If you've been watching like I've been watching, he's a young, fast receiver, 2nd round draft pick. Who is he? Oh, you'll know by the time of the end of the season, because if you notice how my videos work in this regard, if you check my video last year, I knew the fuck I was talking about, because shit pans out. Like I said, it pans out. I was wrong about the Titans, but I was right about a lot of other things. So, wideouts. Justin Hunter, Nate Washington. Oh, I forgot about our 1st round draft pick, Kendall Wright, who came out the box with, around 70 receptions and 650 yards as a rookie. Now, does that say potential? Yes, it does. In spades, my friend. That man's going to pan out. Because imagine him in the slot and having Kenny Britt on the one side. Then you have Justin Hunter on the other. But we also have a young man that people forgot about called Damian Williams. Now, if you've been watching this man, Damian Williams catches the ball from everybody, and they put him on a practice squad because we can't let him go. And we got Delaney Walker. And we got CJ2K. And we got Sean Green. And we got a revamped 5. And we have a revamped O-line. Now, I remember what Chris Johnson said last year. They was talking about how he was falling and he was slipping in the stat department. And Chris Johnson looking dead in the eye on the NFL Network said, yo, I did 1,300 yards behind one starting O-lineman. That means everybody's rotating and hurting. And if you do the research, he's right. He ran for 1,300 yards behind one starting O-lineman and a bunch of goddamn backups. Now, is that talent? Yes, it is. And then you got Sean Green, who quietly ran for 1,100 yards last year, and he does it the hard way, the bang bang way, the man up way, the smash mouth way. So he's going to be that smash and dash that we need to have that throwback from 2008 when we made the playoffs, when CJ2K ran for 1,600 yards, and Lindell White ran for 800. Yeah, we're going to have that only times 2, because Sean Green actually has talent. You know what I mean? Yeah. And our defense is coming back, brother, because if you've seen this guy, why don't you Google Tommy Campbell and check out some hits and highlights of this brother. He's one of them unnamed rookies that you ain't gonna know about. But yo, I'm a Titan fan, so I'm examining everybody with a magnifying glass and a scrutinizing eye. So Tommy Campbell's probably gonna get that job over Alderaan Verner, and we also have Jason McCourty on the other side for the cornerback situation, and that's our cornerbacks. Our linebackers are Akeem Ayers. He was dominating last year for around 5-6 weeks in the tackle department. And if you don't know who Akeem Ayers is, you're not a football fan. We also got who is that guy? Shoot. It's Sammy Sammy somebody, and this motherfucking D lineman, what is his name? He was a bench. I'm going to do some quick Googling, see if I can find that boy on my stat chart. He is the D lineman that got like 4 sacks in that game against Minnesota. Who is he? What is his name? I stalled because it freaking matters who he is, and you are going to hear this man's name. Jarrell Casey. Jarrell motherfucking Casey going to be cracking brothers' spines this year. Him and Derek Morgan, he's either going to pan out or ship out. So that's a good portion of the D-line. Sammy somebody, Jarrell Casey, and Derek Morgan. We also have another guy in there that's pretty darn sweet. I forgot his name. Colin McCarthy. He's a linebacker. Now that's a linebacker DN core. And then we got Bernard Pollard, and we have Michael Griffin, both Pro Bowlers in the backfield. So that's our defense. You don't know who it is yet. You don't know how they're going to pan out, but I do. It's called foresight, brother. And that's just a part of the reason why we're gonna make it, because we have an overpowering offense that people are sleeping on, and our defense is going to be rendering QBs asunder and flaying their flesh. And you think it's a game until you watch some preseason games with Jarrell Casey in it. That man is a straight up mini Indomica suit. Manimal, I say. Now with that offense and that defense, we can at least split, because Jacksonville is going to be a wash. We can split with Texas because they're not guys, they're not immortal, and Matt Schaub is not the greatest thing in the world. The only thing that's really hindering my team, however, is just the QB situation. Now, if you notice the Titans, we've never really had a good QB since Steve McNair. I mean, Vince Young was pretty darn good at what he was doing, but I mean, if you look at them stats, man, that guy's running, that guy's throwing, but he's not really running for too much. He's not throwing for too much. He probably ran for like, 600 to 800 yards, and that's great, but he also threw like, 2,000 yards that whole season. That means we don't have to have a guy necessarily tossing up the rock like your Aaron Rodgers or your Drew Brees here. We just have to have some guy on par. So if Jake Locker could be on par with, a Christian Ponder, we can split with Texas. And we could also split with Indy, because that defense ain't nothing. And Jake Locker has potential to throw up like 350 yards to 400 yards, because he did last year in that Lion game where we won in overtime. So the guy has an arm. He can do what he has to do when he takes his Senzu beans. So hopefully we can get him a good supply this year, and he'll be throwing it up. But if you don't think that the Titans are going to win this year, hey, respond and debate. Because we got a powerful offense, we got a powerful defense. And although that Indy's pretty damn good, they have no defense. Texas is pretty damn good. I don't know about that QB. They're in the same boat as us. They're a little bit better, but hey, man, this is football. We're going to take them on any given Sunday, and we're going to at least split with them motherfuckers. And Jacksonville, let's not even mention them. They're like a fart in the wind, man. Did it happen? Who knows? That's Jacksonville. Titans taking it, baby. All the way. CJ2K posting up 1,600 yards. Sean Green for a cool 807 TDs. Y'all going to call me Surreal Adamus out this motherfucker. Catch y'all on the flip. Bless.